Okay, so let me explain to you the problems that I'm running into, the type of problems, but this is actually a rap that I think that I transcribed well from the original, and I told you my mom threw away the originals, but this rap, I think I transcribed it. I transcribed it before she threw it away, but I'm afraid of errors in this rap, and I'll explain to you the type of errors that I'm looking at. So, it starts out, can you see that? It starts out, your reflection is a dissection of reality and appearance. You hear this and want to run away back into the mirror. It's a sunny day on the other side. Now, that so far, perfect. No mistakes by that point. I think that I probably transcribed that perfectly. So, into the mirror, it's a sunny day on the other side. In your eyes, but touch it, you start rusting. You know, there's a little funny looking R right there. Originally, I think I wrote in you eyes, but I think it's probably your eyes, most likely. So, in your eyes, but touch it, you start rusting. Now, the way that when I wrote this, I had an automatic spell check. So, I had the original raps on paper. I wrote them with a pencil. But then, when I transcribed them on the computer, I transcribed them really sloppy, and I wrote them in a way that that I had to spell check, so it would automatically spell correct the words that I spelled different. So I don't know if it's rusting or rustin', but I would assume it's rustin'. So touch it, you start rustin'. Obviously, because touch it and rustin' rhyme. Your heart's bumping, your part nothing, part something. Your heart's bumping, your part nothing, part something. It's probably hard for you to see it, but that's the next part of the rap. Now, I'm pretty sure it's part nothing, part something, and not part nothing, part something. I can't be for sure, but I'm pretty sure that's it because all that rhymes right there. But what is the real? Your thoughts are steeled by art in the field. You see your image free of witness. It thinks it's living in freedom. Isn't this the place you want to be? In the breeze, the trees, wondering what it's like to be a man. So right there, that's all good. I don't think there's any mistakes right there. And then the next part is, a thinking man, but see the damned and see the land. Now, I don't know if it's thinking man with an N at the end or a G at the end. Because like I said, the way I transcribed it, the computer would have spell checked it if I would have said think in. Okay? So I don't know what the original was. So a thinking man or thinking man. I'm going to say thinking though, but I don't know what it is. A thinking man, but you see the damned and see the land. You know, who knows? But I think it might be thinking man, but you see the damned and see the land, but you never know. And blame it on the earth, the product of your birth, the gossip, and the church. Now, the thing is, if you change one letter, it destroys the whole rest of the rap. Because every letter, every word is connected. Every sound is connected. And if you change one sound in the beginning, it will distort all the sounds in the end because it's a pattern. They all are connected. And that's why it's such a tragedy that when I transcribed it, I transcribed them full of errors. Because if I make one mistake in the beginning or anywhere, everything after it's going to be destroyed. And I have, my raps are full of mistakes. And I don't know, especially with the G sounds and stuff, I don't know what the originals were. Alright, so your thoughts are in the work of contemplation. You spark the basic art and blatant. You can't trace it back to its roots. Its roots are that which you is imbued. The loose sands hit your tongue and in one foul swoop you spit them out. Is it spit them out or spit them out? I don't know, because when I wrote it funny, but I'm going to guess you spit them out. But I don't know what it was originally. You spit them out. 2, what's the difference between what's prolific and what's a gimmick? You cut the picture and what is in it. 2 dimensions. The truth is destined to be found in a new dimension. This is the weird part where I said 16 times out of 10 the fighter wins. 16 rhymes on a mix. The sign of man. Define the man. This was before I discovered the quadrant model that I wrote this. And why the heck did I write 16 out of nowhere? I mean, probably rhymed with something and I just like wrote it automatically because like when I wrote it, I was just automatic writing. But it's kind of interesting. I didn't even know about the quadrant model. I didn't even know about the number 16, but I wrote it like that. Okay? So, and another big problem is the martyr in the church, in the dirt, and now the question is it your thoughts are in the work of contemplation or you thought are in the work of contemplation? Because the way I wrote it, there's like a funny looking R, and after the T, I put in parentheses an S. I don't know if it was originally you thought, or your thoughts. And if I change that, it will change the whole rap. Now let me do this rap so you can kind of hear what it would sound like, and just keep in mind, I might have a mistake in it, and it will destroy everything. But you know, and this is actually a rap that I transcribed kind of well. The other raps are way harder than this to transcribe. Your reflection is a dissection of reality and appearance. You hear this and want to run away back into the mirror. It's a sunny day on the other side in your eyes, but touch it, you start rusting. Your heart's bumping, you're part nothing, part something, but what is the real? Your thoughts are steeled by art. In the field, you see your image free of witness. It thinks it's living in freedom. Isn't this the place you want to be? In the breeze, the trees, wondering what it's like to be a man, a thinking man. But you see the damned and see the land and blame it on the earth, the product of your birth, the gossip in the church, the martyr in the dirt. You thought are in the works of contemplation. You spark the basic art and blatant. You can't trace it back to its roots. Its roots are that which you is imbued. The loose sands hit your tongue, and in one foul swoop you spit them out too. What's the difference between what's prolific and what's a gimmick? You cut the picture in what is in it. 2 dimensions. The truth is destined to be found in a new dimension. 16 times out of 10 the fighter wins. 16 rhymes on a mix, the sign of man. Define the man. Now, I don't know if it was your thoughts, you thought, that would have changed everything, you know? And the G sounds, I think I have them on this rap. This rap, it's kind of easy to tell which one is a G and which is not. One question I have is on the thinking. Is it thinking man or thinking man? Doesn't make that much of a difference, but it makes a difference. It will change the whole rest of the flow. So this is the type of stuff I have to deal with. So I just wanted to explain what my dilemma was, what my predicament was. All right.